Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Pup. We're here for the playoffs of Stage 2 of the PPL NX. Unfortunately, we're going to be out of Stage 3. It's top 16, and we're not going to get there even if we win because we're in the bronze bracket because we went 1-4, as you can see, which is absolutely terrible. Yeah, pretty bad season for me in general. Yeah, let me fix this. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, pretty bad. Obviously some of the games didn't go how they should have, but it is what it is. Now we have to just make it run in playoffs. We have a lot of really great coaches that we're going to have to play if we're going to have to pull it off. So, I mean, let's just have a good time while we're at it. But yeah, today we are facing off against Indomitable Will, who is a great coach. I mean, just a great person and a great battler in general. They were in what, GWA? No, not GWA. EDC with me. They're in EDC, other stuff. Yeah, they're just great. And they have a really scary team. So you can see their team right below on my face right down here. Headed by Garchomp, Iron Bundle, Sneasler, Deoxys Speed, and Iron Crown. Everything else can also Terra on their team. So they have a Terra Comfy and a Terra Iron Thorns. I've never beat Terra Iron Thorns. I played it like 5 times and I've always lost every single time I play against that guy. So we are in for some fun here. My team, if you guys do not remember, I have Gouging Fire, I have Samurai Sui, Azelf, Pecharunt, Iron Boulder, Thundery T, Grimmsnarl, Hitmontop, Orthworm, Minior, Basculin, and a Sneasler. So what are we worried about on their team? I mean, I'm worried about the bundle. I think that bundle kind of just kicks through my entire team. I have no way to really stop that Pokemon. It just absolutely destroys everything in its tracks, especially if they're like Focus Sash or something like that, so I can't deal with them with Gouging Fire, and then they can have like Mandibuzz to defog. Even Lurantis can do the same thing. I also think Dio Speed is a huge threat to my team because not many Pokemon on my team want to take any hit from that thing. It is very frail, but it is just super scary as a lead. Garchomp I'm not super worried about because we have a lot of Pokemon with coverage to deal with it. Sneasler is a big threat though. I cannot switch into like a close combat very well, which is kind of annoying for my team to deal with. And I also think Iron Crown is super scary. Booster Energy Speed plus Calm Mind I think is very hard for me to deal with. So let's go over what I am bringing today. First up, we're going to start with a Minior because I think this Minior is very solid in the game. I have Terra Steel, so I can potentially set up on like a bundle hit, something like that. I think I do live a Hydro Pump, which is nice because we have a ton of HP. I can also eat... I mean, it's like a 50-50 with Garchomp if they're going to click a Dragon move into me, a ground move, blah, blah, blah. I can also set up on a couple other things on their squad, like the Comfy, which is really nice to make sure that I'm not weak to any of their priority attacks. I can also set up on the Iron Crown. So we have a lot of good options with this guy. Now, is it going to sweep? Who knows? I have to be worried about Mirror Herb because Mirror Herb on like Sneasler just absolutely 6-0s my entire team. Maybe. But it's very scary, so I have to be worried about that for sure. But it can go super crazy. Then we have a Focus Sash Samurott. I mean, this is a great lead for me. The best case scenario is we lead it into something like the bundle potentially. If they think they can knock me out with Freeze Dry in one shot, I might be able to kill them with a Sacred Sword. If we see something like the Garchomp, then it's a little bit tougher because they're gonna have rough skin. But they might set up their own hazards. So we'll see. If it's Dio Speed, then I can always Ceaseless. Even if they're their own Focus Sash, that's not too big of a deal because I assume they're going to want to set up like a Spike or something and not just straight up attack over and over. But yeah, I mean, it's super nice. It can do a lot of damage with Sharpness boosted Sea Sledge, Sacred Sword, and Razor Shell, and then Flip Turn in the back. We also have a Life Orb Sneasel with Terra Ghost, which basically means we wall the Sneasler. And if we're able to get a Sword Stance up, we can actually go crazy. Ishard is really strong versus their team. It can knock out Dio Speed at +2 with the Life Orb. It can also just destroy a Garchomp. And we have a great speed tier versus their squad. Obviously, they do have a lot of things faster than me, but it lets us break through a lot of stuff on their team. We can break through the Mandibuzz. We can break through the Comfy. We can break through the Iron Thorns. Anything like that. Even the Iron Crown. The stuff that's faster is a little bit tougher, but we beat the Sneasler one-on-one, which is great. So yeah, that Pokemon does a ton for us, and this triple axle plus a knockoff is really all we need in this game. We also have a Grim Snarl here with Light Clay running the dual screens plus Thunderwave, which really helps me deal with something like Bundle or Sneasler if they get crazy, or the Iron Crown. This thing also just beats Iron Crown in general, or Max Spadef. Oh, no, it definitely does not beat Iron Crown, but it helps me deter Iron Crown with having Thunderwave and having Crunch. I don't let them set up forever. I set up my light screen. It is what it is. But yeah, Crunch hits their team like decently hard as well. Only thing that I kind of get destroyed by is the Mandibuzz, which is very scary. But if they Terra out of their dark typing, then I can Thunderwave, then I can be a little bit more annoying for them. I don't think they're going to be something like Sword Stance or, you know, crazy, something like that. So I can always wear them down with Crunch getting defense drops. We also have a Gouging Fire here with the Leftovers Adamant, basically max HP with a little bit of speed and then max attack. I have Substitute, Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz, and Breaking Swipe. I think Breaking Swipe is really fun here because it allows me to, like, I'm not going to be able to one-shot Garchomp or anything like that. I'm not going to be able to, like, one-shot everything right off the bat. But if I Breaking Swipe, then I always live any one hit. I can knock them out with 2 Breaking Swipes at +1, where I don't want to lock myself in Outrage or anything like that. I have Sub and Leftovers, so I should be getting a lot of health back, so hopefully I don't need the Morning Sun on this variant, but we'll see what actually happens. I think it can sweep through their team if I get the ample opportunity to set up. I also really like Substitute, so I can set up a sub in front of Mandibuzz if they try to click Toxic versus me, which will be really, really nice. And I can also just set up like all over Comfy. I think it should be totally fine. And I've learned that I should have brought Flare Blitz earlier in this season, so I'm just going to do it, and I don't care about my HP. I'm just going straight up Flare Blitz. Should be pretty solid here. And the last Pokemon on my squad is going to be Hitmontop, not as a Terra Captain this week, but we are an Assault vested Hitmontop with a decent amount of special defense, but a lot of attack as well. With Technician, we have Fake Out plus a Mach Punch, which is really nice to help stop the Iron Bundle specifically. We also have a Rapid Spin in case we need to get any spikes away, because I feel like they can definitely set that stuff up. We also have Triple Axle, so I should be able to destroy the Garchomp if we get an opportunity to do that. I think at +1 speed, I should be outrunning most Garchomps, especially a Tank Chomp, with my little speed investment that I have anyways. So it looks great in that scenario. Now this Pokemon, it is a little bit scary because it can be setup fodder for a couple things on their squad. I think it can be setup fodder for the Iron Thorns, depending on what kind of Terra they are, which is super scary. And then obviously for the Iron Crown, which I can just like go hard Grimmsnarl hopefully on both of those guys. If they Terra out of like an electric typing on Thorns, we can T-Wave them. If they you know, are trying to set up with the Crown, we can T-Wave. So that's really what that Pokemon's here for. Hitmontop, I mean, I just need to make sure there's no hazards on my side of the field, and I need to make sure I have a little bit of priority to be able to take on that bundle. Yeah, hopefully we're going to be able to, you know, get a win here. It'd feel really nice since I have not done very well all season. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to the battle. What is good, everyone? We are here with PPL NX Stage 2 Playoffs versus Indomitable Will. They have a Terra Ghost Pincurchin and a Terra Electric Iron Thorns, which we got cooked by Thorns before. I might get cooked by Thorns again. I get cooked by them every single time, which is really funny. I mean, I don't see any removal from them, so I think the Samurott lead is pretty solid. I could see something like Sneasel Fake Out plus CC. Can be annoying versus me. So I could just go something like Gouging Fire and click Sub on turn 1. Leads well into everything except for the Garchomp, which is honestly not terrible. I actually kind of like that. Just like straight up go Gouging off the bat. Click Sub versus a lot of things. DD. You know, if I see the Pincurchin, I definitely Sub. I think this is fine. I can just get some big hits off early. Don't really mind how this game goes, if I'm going to be honest. I'm just having a good time. Got unlucky in some games. Got, you know, had some other really good games throughout this, so I've had a good time. I don't think I'm going to make the final stage. You guys will see if I do. I'm assuming I'm not going to at this point because we're in the bronze bracket here. I would basically have to win this bracket to give me a shot there, as we are going to see the Garchomp as the lead. And this is like not the end of the world. Earthquake doesn't knock me out or anything like that. They have to be very threatened by what I can click this turn. I kind of just want to DD up. So I think I will do it on turn 1. They're going to just drop a Draco on me. That's crazy. And we live, which is even crazier if I'm going to be completely honest. And they're going to be eject pack. Okay. So that's a very, very interesting play. Let me see. Draco Meteor from, you know, max special attack. They've got to be modest as well to be able to do that much. And it was a roll to knock me out there. They go Pincurchin on this turn. I'm going to be +1. I'd love to be able to just click Flare Blitz here, but I think the Garchomp probably just comes straight back out, right? I mean, it makes a lot of sense if they would want to. Do they knock me out with like a Discharge or anything like that? Yes, for sure. Discharge easily knocks me out. Ah, man. But if they go back into the Garchomp, then I should click Breaking Swipe. I'm just going to click Flare Blitz on this turn, though, as they do withdraw. It should be back into the Chomp, right? Yeah, it is, which is fine. I mean, this thing cannot be, like, super tanky. Yeah, they take about 50% from that, which is really nice. We're going to die to Rough Skin. We're going to die to Flare Blitz Recoil anyways. That's not the end of the world at all. I can even go out to Minior if I wanted to. Sneasel is pretty free. I also think that going out to my Samurott is also a very solid option versus them. They are going to break my Sash with the Rough Skin, but 2 Ceaseless Edges will definitely knock them out, and it'll be enough for me to get up my hazards. And I know that they're max speed on this guy as well. Max speed, max special attack, modest. With no item, Draco Meteor. Yeah, Draco Meteor does a lot to me, but I very much prioritize the spike in this game. They're going to get up their own Stealth Rock, which I can Rapid Spin away. I'm not super worried about that. They do have a potential spin blocker, but I'm not super worried. We're going to take a little bit of Rough Skin. Modest Draco Meteor, it does 280 max to me. And we are at 281. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. They are going to connect, and we are going to live that. I should go down here as we connect with our Ceaseless Edge. We're going to get 2 spikes up on their side, get a nice big crit, and then we go down to the Rough Skin damage, I think. All right, 35 should definitely die. Yeah, we are going to. That's totally fine by me. I can go out to my Hitmontop. That might be super obvious. They might go out to their Pincurchin. And honestly, I mean, I could go out to like Sneasel or something and just click some buttons versus them. I mean, it's very obvious that the Pincurchin's coming out here, right? Maybe I just go Grimmsnarl, get up my screens. They're going to send out Daria, which is not the Pincurchin. I really wish I went out into my Hitmontop. Jeez, man. That would have been very, very nice. Although I can T-Wave for free here. They are faster. The T-Wave is so obvious that I'm not even going to go for it on this turn. I am just going to go for the Reflect here. As they stay in. Are they Lum? Are you, like, what are you? They're just going to Dire Claw. Does a lot. There's a lot through that Reflect. Sneasler. Are they banded? That's what I'm a little bit kind of thinking in this scenario. Grimmsnarl. I took a Stealth Rock. I have Reflect up. That Dire Claw, I mean, it's looking like it did just enough that they're banded. But I'm not 100% sure. We're just going to go for the Light Screen here. Or the T-Wave, obviously. Hopefully we get a the para off this turn, and then we can get a Light Screen. They're just going to Dire Claw through it. That's fine. I think my best play of action is to go up to Hitmontop and click Spin. I could Fake Out if I wanted to, but I think Spin is just the obvious answer here. Sneasler, if they're banded, Dire Claw should not do very much. Even if they're not, then I don't think I would get to it KO'd by CC. I'm just going to Spin on this turn. We are just faster than them. Does that give me anything? No, it does not. Okay, they're just gonna Dire Claw again. It does a good chunk. And I think Triple Axle should always knock them out this turn. I do think that potentially gives them setup opportunities with Thorns, which I do not want to happen. I can just let this Pokemon go down, click Rapid Spin a couple more times into them, let them knock me out, and then set up on this with Minior. Honestly, that's probably the idea, right? I could even sack Sneasel, so I get a free Shell Smash up. Let me Rapid Spin this turn. They're going to stay in. I want them to hit me, and hit me pretty hard. They're going to get fully paralyzed that turn. So I should have gone Minior. I wonder, like, if I go Minior here, and we're in our defensive form, Dire Claw really does nothing. Let me just go out to it now. They can't status me or anything. I get to Terra Steel for free, and just click Shell Smash, and I can sub down. No Dio speed means I'm fine to do that. They're going to withdraw on that turn, so a little bit unfortunate. Wish I had swapped out last turn. They're going to go out to Who, which is the Pincurchin, which is not that big of a deal, I don't think. Pincurchin sets up terrain. I can Terra Steel on this guy. And just click Shell Smash, I think. It's what I'm going to have to go for in this game. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get this Terra Steel off. They didn't swap, so they are not like a Mirror Herb thing in the back. They can't T-Wave me. They can't, you know, Discharge Para me. A Discharge would do a decent amount, and I could sub down into my Meteor form. And then I should be fine to just spam EQ versus their team, unless they're Air Balloon on the Thorns, which is the worry. All right, let's see what they go for. I mean, we're just going to get this off with our White Herb, so no item. Because they're going to Memento. So I'm just +2 speed, which is kind of funny. I think I can just Shell Smash again, low-key. I honestly think that I can. I'm worried about like a Iron Bundle with a Quark Drive boost. If they have like Quark Drive into special attack, do they knock me out? Who knows? They're going to go out to this guy. They're going to get their own Quark Drive in attack. No Air Balloon. Okay. Iron Thorns. If they're like Choice Banded, Quark Drive attack, Earthquake, I never actually die here. I feel fine to click Substitute on this turn, right? I should always outspeed them. I'm going to try to sub down to my attack form. And if they Dragon Dance on this turn, then I get a free. I just get a free Shell Smash. So we'll see. It is a scary situation for sure. If they're Choice Scarf, we do outrun them though. Unless they're Jolly. Alright, we're going to sub down once. We do see a Supercell Slam come out from them, so maybe they would miss versus me. That would be great. Supercell Slam from Adamant. Choice Band. Quark Drive would destroy me. I'm just going to sub again. Wish I was the right number to be able to get it right here, but we're not. If they're Rock Blast, that doesn't matter. They are just not going to let me get a Shell Smash up, though. But once we get down to my other form, I mean, I can do a lot versus his Thorns. The Reflect wears off now. Oh, I mean, Reflect doesn't really matter, I don't think. Not in this scenario. Yeah, I'm going to sub once more. Sub down to this form. If I had just had the 2 subs, I think I would have been okay. and they don't end up missing one. If they missed one, I think I would have probably just swept with Minior, but I played it poorly. I definitely played this poorly. I should have just clicked Shell Smash again versus them. The Memento put them in a good spot there. I mean, I can sub one more time. They don't have priority on their squad, right? They don't. Yeah, I mean, I might as well sub once more since I can. I'll just go for it. If they miss the move, then that puts me in a great spot. If they don't. I mean, it is what it is. It was like a 50-50 chance for them to miss any one of those hits. I mean, maybe a little bit more than that. But I'll just click Earthquake here. We probably will not knock them out, but we'll do a good chunk. Yeah, that's definitely a good chunk. And they're going to pin missile. Why would they pin missile? Predicting me to switch or something? If I shell smash there, I probably just won. But I get the kill then. That was just a very poor move. I have no clue why they would do that. We're going to EQ. Knock out the Terra Thorns. They don't have Comfy in the back. I mean, I feel like I'm in a solid position. Not like the best position, obviously. The electricity is gone. I don't knock out Bundle. I do like 60 to 70-ish to them, which is probably what comes out here. No, it's going to be this guy. You're not Balloon. I mean, you might be Chopple or Shucka. Iron Crown. Iron Crown after 2 spikes does not die here. But it's going to take a lot. Yeah, they're not even... So if I crit them or something... maybe not. They look decently defensive. Weakness policy plus agility, maybe? I still have the potential to outrun them after agility. So I don't think they should. Well, okay. If you're modest, then I outrun you. If not, then you outrun me. All right, you're modest or just not max speed. That's great for me. You're just going to let Minior have it. I will definitely take that when you could have easily got rid of this Pokemon earlier. I actually love this for me. I still think I'm losing, right? Because this guy comes out. Going to take some spikes damage. What else do you have in the back? Sneasler. What else do I have in the back? I have the AV him on top. Actually, I might be able to do this. We're going to get a nice aggro on this guy. That's huge damage, by the way. They're going to flip turn, which means they're going to take even more chip next time they come out. I can freely go out to Sneasel, and I think we got it because they clicked flip turn that turn. I think if they clicked Hydro, then it was going to be really hard for me to win this game. But him on top probably would have done it anyways, right? So I can click Mach Punch versus that guy. I can click Triple Axle. Or I could probably even Mach Punch. But I'm going to go out to Sneasel here. I'm just going to click Knock Off, I guess. Right? Might as well just click Knock. I always outspeed them. So we get to knock them off. You knock out your father or mother or whatever. And this, yeah, they were banded like I expected. They're Life Orb. I mean, they go out to Bundle. And Ice Shard doesn't do very much to them, but they have no HP anyways. I honestly might not die to them anyways. I'm just going to click Knock here. They're going to Hydro. Do we die? 244, yes. So either they're Specs or they just got like a high roll there. I'm going to go out to Hitmontop. And Hitmontop just is able to click Mach Punch here and take out this Bundle. And we're going to secure a nice 1-0 victory versus Indomitable Will. Definitely got lucky with them missing that Pin Missile. I have no clue why they went for it. When they could have clicked any sort of accurate move. It was like a 50-50 that they missed any one move out of that whole scenario. And if they missed something earlier, then I got another shell smash off and I just won the game on the spot. Not saying that that's what should have happened in this game, but yeah, we do take a win there. We're going to move on to the next round of playoffs. Maybe it's possible that we make stage 3, so we'll see. If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Trying to hit 500 subs by the end of the year. That's about it for me. See you in the next one.